In the fourth episode, we learned a lot of new facts about the psychological problems and psychological state of the main characters. That said, episode 4 completely avoids mentioning the topic of abstraction. In this video, I want to tell you which of the characters is closest to being abstracted. Kinger seems to be close to insanity, but he's actually invulnerable to abstraction, and we're also given a clue that Gangle was on edge and nearly went insane in episode 4. Let's break down the psychological states of each character. Basically, abstraction begins because of a plunge into madness, a loss of connection with reality due to unsuccessful attempts to find a way out. Therefore, the psychological problems are directly related to each character's chances of abstraction. The first character I want to dissect is Kinger. Many fans of the amazing digital circus believe that Kinger is the closest to going insane. So, Kinger must be the closest to losing touch with reality and abstracting himself. This is evidenced by one of the questions on Tumblr for Gooseworks. The user asked her who, past Kinger, is closest to going insane. Even more interestingly, Gooseworks responded that we wouldn't believe her if she told us. But not all viewers are of the opinion that Kinger is close to the brink. In the comments under an earlier video, our subscriber ATAP wrote his theory about abstraction and why Kinger is invulnerable to abstraction. The subscriber writes about how we don't know the real meaning of digital circus. On the surface, digital circus was intended as a place to hang out and talk to other players. The only problem was that players can't leave once they've entered. But what if digital circus, as a game, has a deeper meaning? According to the subscriber theory, we have ways to win and ways to lose. When you lose, you either quit the game or restart. The point of digital circus is to test how long a person can last in confinement without going insane. If the character is in the game, they are holding their own so far and winning. If the character reaches the point of losing his sanity, that is when he abstracts and loses. When the player abstracts, he has a choice. He can quit the game or start over. This part of the theory does a great job of explaining why some abstracted characters are similar to those in the game. Kaufmo is similar to Pomni because she is this person's new character. According to this theory, players just don't realize that the real way out is to reach a point of realization that there is no hope and abstract. One interesting point is that when Ragatha touched Kaufmo, she started glitching. Then Pomni started glitching from touching Ragatha. And when Kinger touched Queenie, nothing happened to him. Also, this theory says that Kinger is invulnerable to abstraction because he is the creator of the digital circus. He is aware of exactly how to get out. This prevents abstraction and exit. People abstract when they lose all hope, and Kinger realizes he is close to getting out when he starts to abstract. This spark of hope prevents him from abstracting and getting out. The next character that will be discussed is Gangle. Gangle is probably the most mentally unstable character in Digital Circus. In episode 4, which focused on Gangle, we saw the problem of her difficulty expressing her feelings. Even when Gangle has a mask of joy and isn't restricted in expressing her feelings, she still has a hard time. She wears masks not only in her body in the Digital Circus, but also in life, in terms of her character. She is used to only expressing emotions from either the positive or negative spectrum at certain times. This puts enormous emotional pressure on her. She can't find a balance between her emotions. From what we know about abstraction from the examples of Kaufmo and Pomni, a key aspect of abstraction is the loss of emotional stability when trying unsuccessfully to find a way out. This makes Gangle something of a time bomb. If she starts thinking about finding a way out of the digital circus for any reason, she runs the risk of immediately losing touch with reality and becoming abstracted. In episodes that didn't focus on revealing her character, we could trace Gangle's almost constant detachment from the rest of the characters. When Gangle is wearing her mask of sadness, she is immersed in her negative feelings and distressed that her mask of joy has been shattered. In this state, she is simply incapable of experiencing joy or fulfillment. In the third episode, when Gangle and Ragatha were having tea with Martha Mildenhall, Ragatha looked relaxed. She was well rested. At this time, Gangle didn't enjoy relaxing at all. Even if she's wearing a mask of joy and is in company, she almost always keeps a certain distance from the other characters. I've been thinking for a long time about what exactly this has to do with. I have a theory on the matter. Remember that scene in episode 4 where Gangle is talking to Pomni next to the dumpster at Spudsy's restaurant? In that conversation, Gangle very accurately articulated the essence of Ragatha's ambiguous character. No other character but Gangle could give such a clear definition. She said that Ragatha is kind and caring, but after a certain period of time, it becomes hard to understand in which moments Ragatha was sincere. Why does Gangle have such a good understanding of Ragatha's problem? My theory is that Gangle and Ragatha were for a while best friends in the digital circus long before Pomni showed up. However, something unpleasant happened between them that put an end to their close companionship. I think Ragatha got tired of Gangle's sad mood at certain times, but didn't admit it directly to her. Instead, she discussed Gangle's behavior with other characters. Jax, for example. Perhaps it was thanks to Ragatha that Jax realized that Gangle's mask of joy was easy to break, and with a mask of sadness, Gangle would not resist his bullying. In the end, Gangle found out about this act of Ragatha and realized that she was not sincere to the others. Since then, Gangle tries to keep her distance from all the characters and not get closer to anyone. And Ragatha is trying to find a new best friend, which would have to be Pomni. I also want to talk about Ragatha. The next episode will be about Ragatha's discovery, and thus her psychological issues. Ragatha has the makings of becoming abstracted. In the pilot, Ragatha talked to Pomni about coming out. From this dialogue, it can be understood that Ragatha is frightened by the fact that no human can get out of the digital circus. Thoughts of getting out haunt her, so she always tries to be friendly and keep only a positive attitude. She's quite similar to Gangle in this regard. Ragatha tries to ban negative emotions for herself just like Gangle did in episode 4. Also, Ragatha always tries to actively participate in adventures to distract herself from the disturbing thoughts of the exit door. Because Ragatha forbids herself negative emotions, she is forced to be insincere with the others and even with herself. I think that in episode 5, Ragatha's main challenge will not primarily be overcoming her desire to lie to others, but overcoming her habit of lying to herself. When she tries to show only positive emotions, she is deceiving herself. She needs to learn to recognize that not everyone around her needs to get her attention, support, and like her. Also, Ragatha needs to recognize that she doesn't feel good about herself in the digital circus. She doesn't like the crazy and dangerous adventures either. She too wants to get out into the real world, like all the other characters. What do you think about that? Is Kinger invulnerable to abstraction? How will Gangle and Ragatha conquer their fears and problems? Write your theories in the comments and I'll be sure to read them. The best comments will make it into the new videos. Also, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Good luck to everyone and bye-bye.